Hi children, welcome back. Today we want to know about very interesting lesson in history. We got independence from the Britishers. In which year we got the independence? In 1947 we got the independence from the Britishers. After a 200 British rule, we are free now. So that one in detail we'll discuss in the lesson 10, India after independence. Today our lesson module 1 we are discussing. So the people are very happy we got the independence. Now here when we got the independence, a new and divided nation have some problems. We are facing some problems. When India became independent in August 1947, it faced a series of very great challenges. What are the challenges here? So here the problem when we got the independence, we have the problems like partition of India. India is divided into Pakistan and India. That is one major problem. When we divided, so 8 million, see in third line is there, 8 million refugees had came into the country from what was now Pakistan. So in the Pakistan who are there majorly Hindus and Sikh, they migrated to India, nearly 88 million people. These people had to be found home and jobs. That is one problem. Next, the second problem is integration of princely states. Second problem is, see here, this line is there, integration of the princely states. Nearly how many princely states were there? Nearly 500. 500 princely states were there. So these princely states were ruled by Maharaja or Nawabs. In some places ruled by Maharajas and some places Nawabs. So this also they have to join in a new country, new nation. Next, third problem is the problem of the refugees and of the princely states had to be addressed immediately. And in the longer term, the third problem is the new nation had to adopt a political system that would be best serve the hopes and expectation of its population. So during after independence, we have the three major problems. One is the people are migrated to India. We have to show them home and jobs, shelters and jobs. Second problem is nearly 500, above 500 princely states are there. We have to make them to join in India. Next, the third one is we have to prepare our own constitution. Major these three problems are there. Now we'll see in detail the problems how they solve. First problem is the rehabilitation. Rehabilitation of the displaced person. So here the displaced persons Hindu Sikhs came to India. We have to give them original position. Original position means they lost their houses, their properties. They left in the Pakistan only. Mostly Hindus and Sikhs. It posed a serious challenges for the government, for the people in India. Lakhs of people had came to India with penniless. Penniless means they not have any single rupee with them. They had left behind their life long earning and belongings, what they have the houses and what they earn lifelong properties, everything they left in the Pakistan, and they came to without any single rupee they came to India. Now Indian government, it has the responsibility to provide everything. So the government, they took the major important measures and proved very helpful in the speedy rehabilitation of the displaced persons. What they did for them? So initially, refugees camps were set up. First, the government, central government, they set up the camps, different places for the displaced person. Second one, the government provided the food and lodging were supplied free of the cost. Next one, so ministry, the a rehabilitation ministry was set up. This is one department. They set up department to look after the problems of the displaced person. Several new cities were set up in the rehabilitating the displaced person. Special colonies and big cities were built up. Houses and houses provided at cheap rates, and lands also provided for agriculture for the displaced person. Now they not have home and no, and they have to do agriculture. They not have the land also to do the agriculture. So the central government provided the land to construct the houses and to do the agriculture. For that, near the Ganga Valley, so many forest area they cleared during this time. Next, they constructed the reservoirs. Uh, to provide the water. Next one, reservations. They provided the reservations also people. Reservation in services were made for the displaced persons to give the jobs. Next, they provided the education facilities like the free concessions, fees concessions. In the fees, they gave the concession with less fees only. They provided the education children of the displaced person. Next, loans were provided. Why they gave the loans? To construct the houses. They have to construct the houses. No, government provided the loans also. Next, compensation in the form of land, houses, and cash were given. Their assets left behind. So they lost their houses in the Pakistan only. For that, they gave the compensation. How much they lost. So speedy development it took place. This problem was solved. Next problem is second problem is princely states. So India before and after the partition, see here princely states were there. This blue color. The blue color shows the princely states. Now this is the Mysore one princely state is there. Here Coorg one princely state is there. Next one Hyderabad. We know very well Hyderabad, the princely state. Next Jammu and Kashmir, this blue color. Here Manipur, Kasi, Tripura, like this blue color. This all blue color are the nearly 560 princely states are there. Now the second challenge is the princely states have to join in India. Behind this one Iron Man is there. His name is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. You see here. He is the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the man who unified India. All princely states they joined in India. He did a great job. He told that the quotation, faith and strength both are essential to complete any great work. If we have the faith and we have the strength, both are to complete any great work. He did a great work to join all princely states in India. He was a first deputy prime minister and home minister. He received Bharat Ratna award in 1991. His hard work identified and Narendra Modi during his rule one statue they can erected near the Narmada Valley to pay tribute to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And 141 141 birth anniversary, that is the 31st October, they erected this statue that is the in the world tallest statue. So 31st October every year it is observed as a National Unity Day. He is the architect of the modern India. How he unified the princely states we'll see in detail. Integration of princely states in India under the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patels. He did a very great task. The unique feat of merging the 500, more than 500, nearly 562 princely states, mutually exclusive and fiercely self-regarding, small and big princely states. Some are small states are there. Coorg is a small princely state. Hyderabad is a big princely states. In 562, some princely states are small, some are very big. So into the wider unity of India goes to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, usually known as the Iron Man of India. An account of his iron will. It was a bloodless revolution, accomplished with great vision, except two cases of Junagadh and Hyderabad. So all princely states voluntarily they join in India, but Junagadh near the Gujarat and Hyderabad, Nizam's rule, these two princely states they did not voluntarily join in the India. Then the complicated task of unification was accompanied by the non-violence mode. So Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel took the non-violence mode, non-violence technique based on pressurization. They pressurized on the Hyderabad and Junagadh and diplomatic skill by a strong man. So he used the police force to join these two princely states. Then what is the advantage to join these princely states in India? So during the division of Pakistan and India, we lost some place of the land. Loss of land made by a measure of states. What we lost during the partition of Pakistan, how much land we lost in 1947 partition? India had lost nearly 3.6 lakh square meters, square miles of territory with the population 81.5 million population. During the partition of 1947, we lost the land. India land went to into Pakistan 3.6 lakh square miles, and the population, our population remain in Pakistan was 81.5 million. So this loss, how to recover? Then we join the integrated the all the princely states. After integrated all the princely states, India acquired 5 lakh square miles of the land territory added to India. Next, the population 86.5 population added to India, who are under the control of Maharajas and Nawabs. So his Sardar Vallabhbhai statue of unity, statue of unity. See here the height is the tallest in the world, 182 meters. It is near the Narmada Valley. Next, these are the different statues. See here. This is the Statue of Liberty. Already we know it is in USA. Remaining statues you find out where they are. Okay. Height wise these are there. You find out in which countries they are there. So here when we divided India, so Pakistan, this is the red color is the Pakistan. West Pakistan, this is called the West Pakistan. West Pakistan, and here right side also one red color is there. See, that is called the East Pakistan. Now we are calling as the Bangladesh. Earlier, this is also under the control of Pakistan. This Bangladesh is called the East Pakistan. This also come under the Pakistan. These both are called Pakistan. West Pakistan, East Pakistan. So here few questions are there. Who led India independence? You collect the information. Next, what methods did he use? So here who led means Mahatma Gandhi. Next, what methods did he use means non-violence methods. What religion was India? We are not following any religion. All religions are have the equal importance. So here give the name and religion of each country in a color at independence. So here India mostly we are following that time Hinduism is there. Pakistan Muslim religion. The Pakistan is a Muslim religion. Next Sri Lanka green color already they gave Buddhist. Buddhism is there in Sri Lanka. Buddhism is there. Okay, children. So till now, what we discuss? So India after independence, we have the major three problems were there. That is, one is the who are migrated to India. For them, we have to give the facilities. Displaced persons, we have to provide the houses and land for the agriculture jobs. That one done by the committee. That committee is the rehabilitation ministry. Ministry was set up. That organization it was speedy. They provided all the facilities to homeless people, displaced persons. The second problem is integration of the princely states by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. How he did, how his hard work he did to united all in India. Why he is called Iron Man of India? There are 15 reasons are there. Why he is called the Iron Man of India? Why he is called Iron Man of India? The reasons are integration of 562 princely states to India and contribution in constituent assembly. When making the constitution they form one assembly that is called constituent assembly. He is one person in that. He contributed to frame the constitution, his ideas. Next, he is the founder of the IAS. IAS, Indian Administration Service is there, no? He only founder in India, that one. Next one, he protected the Kashmir from the Pakistan. Now I told four facts why we called Sardar Patel as the Iron Man of India. Remaining facts you collect, children. Next, one more problem we are facing, that is the assassination of Gandhi. One more is the assassination of the Gandhi. What happened after independence? After independence, less than 6 months, our India major tragedy was assassination of Gandhi. On 30th January 1948, he was assassinated by Nathuram Godse. Why he killed Gandhi? Because he disagreed with the Gandhi policies. The Gandhi is saying to unite Muslims and Hindus should be together in harmony. It is not possible. So in the mind of the Nathuram Godse, he doesn't like the ideas of the Gandhiji. That's why he killed the Gandhi. That is one big tragedy to India. So that day, 30th January, that day evening, every nation, our people, they hear they are a stun. During that time, the Jawaharlal Nehru, so he gave one statement. Friends and comrades, the light has gone out of our lives, and there is a darkness everywhere. Our beloved leader, the father of the nation, is no more. Like that, the Jawaharlal Nehru, he expressed his sadness towards to the country. So we are in a very sad mood. So that time when we got the independence, 6 months also not completed, we lost our who struggled a lot, and he sacrificed his life, entirely life. He devoted entirely life to get the freedom from the Britishers. But finally he lost his life. Okay, children. Today task of the day is color. So here princely states are there. No? This blue color is the princely states. No, you collect any two princely states about how they joined in India. Already everything joined voluntarily, but I told some are Hyderabad they did not join, and Jammu and Kashmir they apply the police force to join. So you collect the information how they joined in India. Next, one more task of the day is why Sardar Patel called as Iron Man of India. I told some reasons why he is called. 15 15 reasons are there why he is called Iron Man of India. Already I told. Because one is the integration of the princely states. Next one is the contribution towards to the Constituent Assembly. Third one, he was the founder of the IAS exams in India. Next one, he protected the Kashmir from the Pakistan. Like this, so many are there. You collect the information. That is the task of the day. Thank you, children.